And if you don't mind, I know you don't mind, but just turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, in 2015, you may have to get some of that junk out of your trunk. You got too much junk in your trunk. Got too much. You got to get some of that stuff out of there. Can't drag that stuff in. In the 2015. And it is good to be in the service one more time. In our story this morning, we are introduced to a woman that has a very unique and interesting problem. Unique and interesting problem. See, she is not sick, so it's not a medical problem. Amen. And I think everybody got something wrong somewhere. And if you don't, just keep on. It's not a financial problem. Well. I know everybody got them too. And if you don't, just keep on living. But the problem is unique and interesting is that she has what is called a relationship problem. She got a relationship problem. She just cannot seem to get along with others. And you all probably know some folks that just can't seem to get along with others. They just will not play in the sandbox with the other kids. They just won't do right. And no matter how you try to make it work, it just doesn't work. And this woman, bless her heart, happens to be one of those persons that has a relationship problem. She can't seem to get along with anybody. And we discover here in the text, even when she meets Jesus. Lord have mercy. Just can't seem to get along. She comes to the well this particular day. Jacob's well, if you will. And when she gets there, Jesus is sitting on the well. And Jesus says to her, he says, will you give me a drink of water. That's all Jesus asked. Will you give me a drink of water? And this woman gets an attitude with Jesus. She says, wait a minute. Who are you talking to? You a Jew, and I'm a Samaritan. You ain't got no business talking to me. I wonder if I got a witness. Y'all ever seen folks like that? You talking to me? Excuse me? You talking to me? Oh, okay. She gets an attitude with Jesus. Jesus very simply asked her for a drink of water. And she starts acting up. And let me tell you something. If a person won't give Jesus a drink of water, you know what they're going to do for us. If she won't give Jesus, the Son of God, a drink of water, the rest of us forget it. He asked her for some, but she wouldn't give him none. What is the world coming to? She would not give him the water. She goes into this whole thing about who I am and who you are supposed to be. And then she goes on to talk about Jesus tells her he's got some water, but then she starts talking about, well, you don't have the well is deep. You ain't got a bucket or a rope or nothing. How you gonna give me some water and you don't have anything? People are strange, ain't they? How they always want things the way they want them. If you can't give it to me the way I want it, then I don't want it at all. Y'all know some folk like that, don't you? I know many a man and woman have missed out on grand opportunity. All because it didn't come the way they wanted it to come. Sometimes it can be a test. Just to see how you're going to act. And you can miss the blessing. I remember one young lady, I asked her if she wanted to go to Applebee's. No. Yeah, I said, if you want to go to Applebee's. Because that's when they had that 2 for $20. Y'all remember? You got it. 2 for $20. 2 entrees and I think an appetizer, right? 2 for $20. And you get a glass of water, I get a glass of water. And she says she don't do Applebee's. I said, you don't do Applebee's. So we didn't go out. Ain't no sense in fooling with folks now. If they tell you up front how they really feel, then you can decide to stay or you can go. I wasn't going to give her a chance to turn down the Waffle House. She wasn't going to Applebee's. I know she wasn't going to the Waffle House. And that's where we really going to hang out. People want everything their way. And if it ain't the way I want it, then I don't want it. Well, that's why a lot of folk doing without. always have to be your way. Every now and then you got to give a little. Oh, I know I'm preaching this morning. You got to give a little to get a little. This woman was having an attitude with Jesus. So I know she wasn't the one for me, but she was having an attitude, and Jesus says, I got some water, you can have it, and she said, no, you can't give it to me the way I want it. Amen. And so Jesus gets to the point where, I don't know, maybe he's a little frustrated. He says, well, go get your husband. In the Lord, all right. I'm about tired of talking to you. Can't do this no more. Wait, where's your husband? Let me talk to him. This conversation going way crazy. You talk about we need to be worshiping in Samaria and Jerusalem and all that kind of thing. All I asked for was some water. All right. And you start tripping. And Jesus says, go get your husband. She says, well, I have one.
Come on now.
If she giving Jesus a hard time, the rest of us don't stand a chance. She said, I don't have one. I don't have a husband. And Jesus says, you ain't never lied. I'm going to be through in a minute. Can I take my time, brother? Come on, Dave. I need you this morning. That's what I'm talking about. You ain't never lied. You had 5 husbands. And the one you got, that one getting ready to go too. Matter of fact, probably already gone. All I asked you was for some water. That's all I asked you. And my question is about this woman. Can everybody be wrong? Now, if everybody say you crazy, amen. Can everybody be wrong? All right. Lady I worked with at the bank long time ago. I think I shared that with her. She said, everybody hate me. And I was saying, everybody? And I first got to the bank. She said, everybody hate me. And so after a week went by, I understood exactly why she was saying everybody hate her, because I was one of them. Y'all done met folk like that. Can everybody be wrong? Can all of our husbands be wrong? And the one she got, he getting ready to go too. Every now and then I think it might be all right for folks to say, it's me, Lord, that's standing in the need of prayer.